Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, Lady D. So this will be my weekly video, and this will be on the full moon that is happening in Capricorn on the 3rd of the 7th at 9:38 p.m. That's my time in Sydney. So people are on the other side of the world, it will be the day before than me, so maybe on the 2nd. Okay, or in the morning of the 3rd. So we have this full moon, and it's going to be opposing Mercury. So with this is going to be a part of maybe thinking things, or about communication. It's coming up. It's going to be about what people might not be what they want to hear. So they might hear things or sort of not open. What sometimes you can tell someone and it's not what they want to hear, so they're not open to it. So they may come up with this. It can also be about control or being organized. Business opportunities can come into this. Overthinking things and certain rules, following rules. I might be even looking at revealing some sort of truth or communication that's coming up, and also with the overthinking things too. People are wanting to feel more secure, and it's going to be about, I feel also people like wishing things were better, or like wishing things were different, and looking at the different organizations and rules about big business, and see where we might even have an open window where we can sort of see what's really going on behind the veil even. And it's going to be about people. It could be a lot of people in their head, or stuck in their head a little bit too, in doing that. But also I feel like people are not wanting to hear things that are negative. People only want to open up to positive things too. That's coming up here. We've also got today Neptune, which is going to be in retrograde. So with this, might even be for the first for me, but the 30th on people outside of the world. This is going to be where the people are going to see more clearly, more focused on where they're heading. It can also be where the veil is lifted. It won't be as intense. So Neptune being in Pisces, you'll find in retrograde, it won't be as intense. So when we're looking at how things are going crazy, when we're looking at things that are going on to do with like trans community, where all the transgender community, people going on about all the stuff that's going on with that. That's to me, it's very Neptune in Pisces, where we do some of the things that are coming out, where people are thinking like it's sort of going to be crazy, or and other outrageous things where people identifying as they, or a cat or a dog. This is all like the Neptune in Pisces. So you might see that pull back a little bit. So people who may be more against that, who are more about logic and more about sensible, might be able to have more of a take on things too. I just know I found out, I think this week in Queensland, apparently if a child wants to change their gender, they can do it, and apparently they can only have to know someone for a year, so the parents don't even have to give consent, which it is crazy, but to me that's a Neptune in Pisces. So and even like sort of victim mentality, we've got to feel sorry for other people. That may also be pulled back a little bit too, and especially with Australia, things on that's going on politics wise. We can even be learned about politics in Australia too. It's going to be crazy when we've got the referendum coming up and other things too. So you might see things pulled back, or more on the other side pushing things more. It's going to, and this retrograde is going to be there till December. So kind of it feels good. We won't be feeling this Pisces energy as strong, this Neptune energy as strong as we have been feeling it. Because I think the world has gone a bit haywire with certain things that are coming up. It's just not logic for people who are in earth signs, or people who think who their Mercury's in earth signs, or even air signs, they're more your logic thinkers, and it's like, gonna be crazy. Okay, we do have some positive aspects coming up to sort of the 2nd and 1st. So 2nd for me, 1st for other people around the world. This is going to be Jupiter with Mercury, so this will be quite positive, good news that's going to come in here, and this is going to be quite good communication. Things will go more smoothly, go more well. And I feel like it's also to do with the sun here as well. It's the same as with this Neptune as a tri with the sun. So I do feel like it's quite a good tri when they work together. So there is going to be some sort of like magical day, or maybe also inspiration, like you're feeling more motivated, I feel, as well with that too. It's like you're going to feel less bogged down and less sort of weighted down. You're going to feel more empowered to be able to move forward because the veil is being lifted too. It's with the Neptune. And then we've got the first and the second with the Jupiter, which is luck with communication. We've also got the full moon opposite the Mercury. We've also got the we're having this going to happen 3 times, a square with Venus with Uranus. This week is going to be the first one, and then you're going to find that it's going to happen 2 more times. So usually I find with these transits that can have come back and forth. If something doesn't happen the first time, it may happen the other 2 times. So with this, you're looking at unexpected things, looking with finances and with relationships. So I know for myself, when I've had before this square I was last year, and I had to, it was to do with a store that I had. It was a mix up with a store, and I had to find someone to help me partner up with the store at a fair. Because the person that I had, it was an unexpected expense for me. So, but it all worked out in the end. So you might find it's unexpected to do with some sort of money situation, or it could be unexpected with relationships. Again, it's a square. If it's a square, the planets aren't working together; they're working against each other. So this unexpected thing might not be as positive, but because there's 3, you might find it doesn't happen this time. It might happen. So they can happen the other 2 times as well. So just see how that sort of plays out too. So what else have I got? We've got coming up this week that I've got here. Actually, I've got the strong veil coming up. I've got people wanting to feel more security. I've got here Tuesday. Things are going to get tied up. I see like a big knot, and I just feel like loose ends will be fixed by the end of the week. So by Tuesday, you're going to see things that sort of like in a ball all knotted up. By the end of the week, loose ends, it's going to be well fixed up. I'm sure I just saw a cat come in here. I do have a cat that's sleeping behind me as always. Always she's there sleeping. And I thought I just saw my other one, corner of my eye, and maybe I was wrong. Okay, I got here people not satisfied and wanting more with life. And I feel like people are not wanting to wait. People being impatient. People are needing patience this week. Patience is going to be probably a thing that's going to come up, but people not wanting to be patient is going to be coming up. Being open to what's in your path. I feel like it's going to be a week of trying to be positive and count your blessings, and just be thankful for positive things that are in your life. I got here with the Neptune with the blinders, like being more focused. Okay, I've got here groups of communities coming together for the full moon. So I do feel like with this full moon energy, and your full moon Capricorn, I have groups of people, and so or like groups of certain, like whether it be institutions. So you might find groups of people coming together with this full moon that's going to come up here. Also got people not wanting to be left out, or feel like they're being left out as well. And I feel like it's with this square with the Venus and Uranus, there's going to be crazy times for unhealthy relationships. I feel like there could be some shock explosions, some shocks coming up here this week too. And I've got here, don't complicate things. Try and keep things as simple as you can, and try not to complicate things or overcomplicate things too much. As I said, I do feel like it could be in your head. That we do have this Mercury that's also in Cancer too. We've also got probably more the 4th or 5th, we will have the Sun that will be conjuncting Mercury, which will also be quite good for that. Those conjunctions will be clear about how you're thinking, how you're seeing. You might even feel better in your communication, or you might even hear some positive things are coming up. We still have that Venus getting close to Mars, but Venus is starting to slow down. Venus is now in shadow, so it's going to where it is going to come back to when it does its retrograde on 22nd of July, and Mars is going to keep moving forward and going apart, because next month it will go into Virgo. And we've got the Jupiter that is still heading into Taurus, but with another planet that is starting to go retrograde, this is where we got the lights start turning off too, so you might feel like things are moving a bit slower pace, and you might wanting things to be moving like faster as well, can also be coming up too. I feel like everybody needs to be patient with this weekend, with this full moon, and it can be complicated because Capricorn likes things black and white. They don't like things red. This is the way you do it. This is the law. This is how it has to be. They will bend the law. I have a Capricorn moon, and I will sometimes, you will bend the rules if no one's going to, if something's going to hurt anyone, you bend the rules. But also I'm an Aquarian too, which is the rebel. So for me, it's that double thing for me. But I think people do it if they're at a no stops, if at a sign where it says no left-hand turn, but it's say like 2 o'clock in the morning and there's no one around. You'll probably, if you're a Capricorn, you'll probably just turn that way anyway. So there could be a possibility of looking at corruption or things sort of coming out as well with that too. But I feel like people might be more focused on, a lot of focus on business too. Could be also in financial as well. Could be looking at home prices as well with this Mercury that's also in Cancer too. All right, let's look at some cards for this week to see what's also going to happen here. What cards am I going to use? I'm going to use the Friends cards for this day. So we had a really busy time in Canberra last weekend. It was really, really busy, which was good. But I was tired though this week. I think I did close to 40 readings over the 2 days. So it was a lot. So let's have a look here. And it was very cold down in Canberra. Not used to the cold. Okay, I feel like it's cold where I am now. Okay. I feel like people are going to they're going to try new things. But the same, it's like, don't be like a sack of potatoes. Like, I just feel like they're going to try new things, but they might try things that are a bit out there, a bit weird. There is going to be open communications to relationships and people trying to, I feel like, I say don't complicate things, but I feel like people are going to really overcomplicate matters that really aren't that complicated. I feel like people are wanting to be strong and show like strength too. That's going to come in here, and I feel like missing dates. Like you might get your dates mixed up. Too, that's coming up, and you might even feel like you've been having to go on a defensive side a little bit here with people who don't understand you. I feel like it's with people that don't understand you as well. I feel like we're looking at people too, that one person that's very gentle natured, they know what they are wanting, they're gentle, they're kind, they're sweet, but we're also looking at another person here who's more like a fire sign, who's more like a Leo. This person who's more the stronger person, they are going to come through a change this week. They need to be more gentle. They need to be like the other person who's more like a water sign or air, but gentle. It's like a thing of being gentle. There's a lot of construction going around me today, so I'm hoping you can't hear that on the video. But what I will say, there will be an offer of kindness, of generosity coming up this week for people. I feel like people are, but at the same time, there's a thing of feeling like trying to ward off people or fighting a little bit here later on in the week. And it could be like some sort of like cover up or people being exposed or cover up with corruption that's coming up here too. But at the same time, people that I feel like are negative or bad or not the best might be trapping themselves. They might feel like they're so trapped. I also feel like justice will be served this week. Like, there's something like I am seeing Donald Trump, and I just feel like justice will be served. Like, I don't know, I feel like with what's going on with him, I just feel like he's sort of flicking it off. I don't feel like anything really bad's gonna happen to him. I don't know, I feel like he always gets out of it. The other party, I feel like, is going to get this. Something will change. The tables will turn. I don't know if it's this week or not, but I do feel like tables will turn as well. Some people might feel like they don't know whether they're coming or going. Like, they're really feeling there's going to be a feeling of stuck for some people. For others, it's going to feel like they're more defensive. For others, they feel like they've fought the war, they've gone through it, and now they're just waiting for help. They're waiting for guidance. But I feel like there could be, with the fighting thing with people, it's because there's been miscommunication with people, is what I feel like is happening. But people are walking and they're building their strength. They're finding their strength. They're able to see more clearly. They're not what was sort of more troubled for them, where they couldn't see a way out. They've now found a way out, and I feel like that's going to be also with finance, money too, that's coming up here. But I just feel like you're trying really odd things this week. Some odd things. Maybe it's like an alien thing. It's just odd things. These cards are really drawing my attention, and it's really, I find it's just odd. He's dressed like a potato. I don't know. That card to me, it's odd. It's like something odd this week that's coming up. Let me see if I can get. See what else that I feel like. Could we miss opportunity for a date? Like, you might feel like you've got no, like you're stuck for time. But I feel like there should be like a makeup, or someone's trying to go out with you, or trying to make an appointment, or trying to set a date. And it's like you're really trying to keep this, but you might not be able to keep it. But also there's a thing of secretive and sneaking around. But I kind of feel like things might even get exposed though. That's the thing too. Alright, let me just get a channel to see where we're going to go here. Okay, channel for the full moon that's coming up here in Capricorn. This full moon is going to expose a lot. Anything negative, anything that's untrue, anything that was going to be exposed for the lies and the things that have been hidden from the world will be exposed. These will be big shocks for people. There'll be a time when people are trying to hide these news that's coming out, but for others they will not be able to hide it, for the truth will always come out, whether it be on different social media platforms or underground platforms where people still look at to get their news from. See the mainstream news with a blink of an eye, for this will die down with this full moon, as it will try and cover up for what is not true. The truth is there, and the truth for you all will be seen, and all about the truth that will come out in this full moon. For you will all know the truth within you. You all know everything that you are in is some sort of non-reality, and the reality that you want to live in is one that you're creating right now. We all know that you want the best in life and the best for love. Love is the one that you want to be with. The love is the one that you hope to be with. For this person will be the one that will come back into your life. Okay. Alright, let's do Alice in Wonderland. Here. Even with relationships, I do feel like you got to be organised. Relationships. Organised. There's a thing of overthinking things. There's a lot of noise going on outside around me. Let's have a look here. Card 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we'll look at card number 1, which is this card here. With this card here, everything's sort of rolling down the hill for you. You're trying to sort of stop it. You're trying to move at a slower rate, but you can't, because now the ball is just rolling and it's building momentum up here. I feel like You're feeling a bit lost, but you want to look out for anything that's coming your way. You're also being a bit frustrated, but also I feel like scared, defensive here. Of what's coming up for you this week, you need to remain calm. It's like calm, cool, collected for this week for you. Card number 2, which is this card here. Careful, because you're digging your own grave, like you're digging a hole for yourself. As I feel like you sometimes you put your foot in it, put your foot in the mouth. That's what we say here in Australia. But at the same time, you're hardworking. There's a plan for you, and you're going to start on a plan. Like you need to make a start on things, on something that you've been sort of withdrawing from, or you've been lacking to just take a start. You've got to do it. There's also a thing about wishes here, but I feel like this is this thing that you need to make a start, make a plan on. It's like you've been sitting on your hands and doing nothing, but this week is the week to start doing something. This is card number 3. There's an announcement, but it's like at the same time you don't want to make the announcement, but I feel like the announcement's coming, like it or not. I feel like that for you, it's like something bigger that you had hoped for. I do feel like I'm waiting on some news coming in too. I do feel like by Wednesday you'll hear the news that's coming in too. But you're all about that you're in the collective and what's coming up here. I feel like you're like a truth person, like a truth seer. You want to be told the truth. So in here, you're not holding your breath. Again, I see the stars is about wishes. You are about protecting other people and protecting your family. You're also very wise and you believe in yourself too. Oh, she's moving to then go back to sleep. You're also not really listening. Other people's crap is not bothering you this week. You're all about yourself. And I feel like it's a good time to be about yourself as well with this card too. And there's a positive aspect with this card too as well. Okay. So I have decided that I'm going to go back to trying to do my lives. I'm going to try and commit to every fortnight doing my lives. I want to start probably this Wednesday. Try and commit to it. It is busy. But if I do it, it will be just for an hour. I do want to try and work out how to do on all my platforms, which I'm going to try and do. I have filmed my horoscope videos. I do have to edit them and put them out. And I am trying to do that just with my weekend away. I've been tired with that event. When I do a big event like that, there's 2 days and it is very busy and very hectic. It tires me out because I also got to travel there and travel back. And plus I don't take a break from my other jobs that I do either, so I don't really get a break. So I am going to work on that today, a little bit of tomorrow, because tomorrow night I do have a party. I'm hosting a party. It's like party 2, so I'm still hosting them as well. Plus I'm doing readings at the shop all day tomorrow too, so probably more Sunday that I'll try and get them out Sunday night. Okay, thank you for your likes, shares and your comments, and I will see you for my next video. So bye for now.